Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra. Let us balance our left channel. Shri Mataji, kindly awaken the pure desire within us. Kindly remove all the imbalances of our left channel. Let us balance our right channel. Shri Mataji, kindly awaken the pure attention within. Kindly remove all the imbalances of our right channel. Let us balance our central channel. Shri Mataji, kindly bring us into complete balance. Kindly remove all the obstacles in our spiritual ascent. Let's keep our attention on Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, kindly bless us with thoughtless awareness state. Let us listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
Today we have gathered here to know something about ourselves. If the knowledge is from the books or from some person who says that he knows about the self, how far will it reach us? It can only go up to mental level. And we can only understand it through our mental understanding. The mental understanding comes to us through our rationality, through our intellect, which in itself is a limited thing. So we enter into another understanding which is still very limited. For example, if I tell you that there is a self within us, in our heart, which decides, and that there is a power within us which is all the time waiting for an occasion to give you your second birth. If I tell you that, then you will only understand me mentally. This is all being said already. What is so new about it? At the most, I might give it in a very modern fashion, something quite intellectual, which will make you more have mental feats to go round and sit down and analyze and reach nowhere. I say there is a power, no doubt, which is called as Kundalini within us. So many say that, because it is written long time back, thousands of years back. Christ has said it, that you are to be born again. That you are to be baptized, not by theological college people, but somebody like John the Baptist, who had the authority from the divine. This power does lie dormant within you. But everybody writes differently about it. Very few really agree This is another confusion. One faces that there is a power lying within us, and some say that it gives you electric shocks. Some say you start jumping like a frog, and some say you start flying in the air. Such a confusion. While you are seekers, seekers of ages, you have been seeking. You are genuine seekers. And then while seeking, you don't know where to go, what to expect, and you jump into problems. The other day, when I went to Switzerland, one of my children who had arranged the program, he told me, "Mother, here people are very skeptical about Indian gurus." I am happy about it. Really very, very happy. At least they have started thinking about it. Because they have been deluded, they have been deceived, and now they are disillusioned, complete. And they find it impossible to believe anyone who talks of God. So the first topic that he wanted me to discuss in my stay there was demystification of gurus. Quite a challenging process. But this I said in 1917 in India. In 1973 in America, but nobody would like me for that. They said, "Why should you criticize others?" Falsehood is falsehood, and reality is reality. You will now know, through some of those people who are here, that how you have been misled, how you have been deceived for money, which you cannot understand, because you have gone beyond it now. You are seeking beyond money. You know that money is not going to give you joy. You know that very well. But those who have not yet known that, still they are sort of climbing up the cusp, have not seen the ditch down below. Such people try to come up and give you some sort of a jargon and receive lot of money from it. It's a very shameful affair, I feel myself. But that does not mean that there is no reality. If there is no reality, how can you have copies of that? If there are no flowers, how will you create plastic flowers? So if you find somebody so unreal, you must know that you have to find out the real. And when you are finding the real, you must know that you must keep yourself absolutely alert about it, that we are not going to accept anything but real. But you can be hypnotized. You can be brainwashed. Because you don't know all these things. Somebody says some words in Sanskrit language, you get so enamored by that, as if Sanskrit language is something out of the blue. For example, some of the disciples who went to certain gurus got mantras, which if you tell an Indian, he will laugh out his stomach. Like a mantra given Ainga. Now tell an Indian, he'll laugh. That people have paid 300 pounds for such a nonsense like that, which means nothing, which cannot be a mantra. Now why do you need a guru for a mantra? There is a science about it. Because we do not go into the understanding of it and just jump onto it because they want you, because they want money. Simple thing. It's an enterprise. You have given up everything for the sake of your seat. You have seen that the value of these material things will not take you anywhere. You have seen beyond. Your value system is different. But if the value system of some people is different from you, they can exploit you. So the natural reaction, I can understand very well, should be such, but there is reality. And that it exists within you, and that there is self within you. And once discovered, you find your absolute. To tell you that you should become a very quiet, serene person would be absurd. To tell you that you should be such a master over your passions and your lusts and your greed, that nothing should sort of dominate you. This is just giving a big lecture to you. It has no meaning. You have gripped it yourself, these things. And how will you leave it when your grip is so strong? You have to grip something else. There's a simple common sense. If you find something much more valuable, much more dynamic, much more joy-giving, establishing your sense of security, you will give up all these nonsensical things. But see how this works out. A gentleman who came from a horrible guru to me, who was absolutely pestered and finished by that guru. He used to deliver only introductory lectures. I don't know if he's here. And he said, I used to get 300 people for this introductory lecture, mother, in the same hall where you were doing lecture. What do you say to people there? Isn't it clear? He's a well-known person who charges you money, who gives you courses. He has ruined so many people. It's like just now I was watching people going into the pub and coming out of it all drunk, and others are attracted much more seeing them being drunk like that. Sometimes it's impossible to understand human nature. And when the reality stands before you, you crucify that. How do you explain all? And the acceptance of reality is your glorification. Are you going to add anything to reality? Supposing I wear a diamond necklace, it is going to adorn me and not to the diamond necklace. But this is billions and billions times brilliant than all these things which adorn us. If you accept that, you will be glorious and you will be lustrous, isn't it? Think about it. Because we are charmed by these outside things, they are deceptive ways, they are cunning ways, and that we are hypnotized. That's the only explanation I have. That's how they have managed so far. And one after another, this hypnosis spreads like fire. You ask them, what did you find? Don't ask us. We are very happy people. After 3 days, you find the person has committed suicide. We are not aware still that this is the most important, the most fatal and vital time in the history of human beings. The last judgment has started. We are facing the last judgment today. We are not aware of it. And all the satanic forces have come out. Like the wolves in sheep's clothes. And they are trying to attract you. And you do not judge them. You only sit down and judge the reality. It has started. It's a fact. It has started. Now let us see from God's point of view how He is going to judge. It is easy to say that we don't believe in God. Very easy to say we don't believe in this government. But if you do anything wrong, then you know there is a government acting. In the same way, it is very easy to say that we do not believe in God. He is so compassionate. He is so loving. He is so kind that He has given us our freedom to know ourselves. And we rely on it. We take Him for granted. He has made us human beings from amoeba to this day. He spread out such beautiful world around us. He's done all that. But there is a judgment which we have to face now. And the judgment that is going to come from God is not going to be the way we understand, that He sits like a magistrate and calls you one by one, come along. Then you have a pleader there sitting. But in a subtler way, He has already put the judging forces within you. See, in the evolution He has worked it out. In the evolution, how beautifully He has worked it out. From amoeba to the stage that we have come. Many people, we can say many animals were discarded. He saved some animals, like from the mammoth family, He saved elephant. He saved so many animals and so many were discarded one by one all these years. In the same way, human beings who have been very much on the extremes have been discarded. You see the history. Now, you won't find anyone killing his 7 wives these days. Impossible. You cannot do it. Person like Hitler came up, finished. Anybody who came up with any extreme ideas of domination or anything was finished by it. Those ideas die out. People are ashamed of them, and new ideas come up into human beings. Accepting balance, tranquility, peace. We are talking about it. People talk about peace. But are we really wanting peace within ourselves? And if we are really wanting it, what are we doing about it? Actually, the judgment has started. And to judge you, God has already placed whole magistracy within you. All the magistrates are already sitting down there. Christ has said, those who are not against me are with me. These are the magistrates. And these magistrates have settled down within you on different centers in your spinal cord and in your brain. I'm sorry, we don't have any map to show you the magistrates and their seats. It's very interesting. And all these seats have like a panel sitting in your brain. And when the light of Kundalini rises through these centers, when these centers are enlightened within you, you start enlightenment being manifested on your fingers. The end of your fingers get enlightened. The sensitivity of your fingers tell you what centers are there affected within you. This Kundalini rises and comes up to this point, the fontanelle bone area, we can call it, or the talu azike, the soft bone here in your childhood, and it breaks it. Actually, it breaks it. You can see in a person who doesn't have much hair here, the thing just going down like a little child. First it pulsates. You can see it with your own eye. You can even see the pulsation of the Kundalini in the triangular bone, which is sacrum. And when this Kundalini rises, you can see even the movement of this Kundalini. Not in all, in some. Because if the person is first class, or you can say, if the aeroplane is first class, the landing is first class. You see, the shooting off is first class. And in such a person, there is no obstruction and do not see the Kundalini pushing in. For example, when I came to this place, there was no problem on the traffic. So we just smoothly came away. Nobody noticed us. But if there was a traffic, we would be jamming here and jamming there. In the same way, when this Kundalini rises, in a person who has a little problem on his centers, it shows. You can see with your naked eye. This is what is Kundalini awakening. Not that some people say we started jumping like a frog. Now we must use our brains. Brains have to be intact in modern times. Are we going to become frogs now after becoming human beings? Are we going to become birds after becoming human beings? Your sciences like psychology itself, many of them believe that you have to jump into your unconscious, achieving your collective consciousness. Very clearly it is being said by these people. Then we must expect something of that nature, where we jump into our collective consciousness. It's not that because I am saying it or anybody saying to it, but it has to happen to me. The other day I was in Hampstead. I know what is happening with someone. Some people did get their vibrations, They did feel the cool breeze coming from their hand, but some did not. And they said, yes, we've got it, and they just disappeared. This is not the way you are going to treat yourself. You have to love yourself. And you have to adore your seeking, and you have to get your fulfillment as your mother. I must tell you, this is a very serious matter. There is no guru shopping going on here. You have to get your realization. You have to get it. It's so fortunate that the time has come when you are living, and that you can have it. Because of that you took your birth during this time. Because you are seekers of very ancient times, as I told. It is written in one of our scriptures in India, called as Nala Akhyan, when Nala, one of the tortured souls, by Kali, caught hold of the Kali. Now they said this is the rule of the Kali. Kali is the sinister fellow. Is the one who brings all confusion and confuses people. confused Nala. By that he was separated from his wife. So when Nala got hold of this Kali, he said, now I am going to kill you. I am going to kill you once for all, so you do not create confusion into people anymore. So Kali said, all right, you can kill me, I accept. But first you know my importance, Mahatma, know my importance. I too have an importance. He said, what importance can you have? You create confusion in the minds of people. What importance can you have? He said that when I will be ruling, means when he will be in these modern times, ruling means creating confusion in our minds. Everything has become relative. We talk like that. Yes, may be alright, may not be alright. May be good, may not be good. That is the time when the confusion will be reigning on this earth. That's Kali Yuga, the modern times. Those great saints and those people, the seekers, the sadhakas, who are searching God in the hills and dales and in the caves, will come back as ordinary householders. And they will get the reality. In this confusion only, they are going to get the vision of reality. They are going to become the reality.
Mahamantras.
श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Thank you, Shri Mataji, for this beautiful collective meditation. Jai Shri Mata. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji and take Bandhan. We'll continue our morning meditation tomorrow, same time. Jai Shri Mataji.